Welcome to all in this my YouTube channel. In previous videos, we have seen some lectures on ionic equilibria. So in continuation with that, now today we are going to look at buffer solutions. Now this point is very important in this chapter, and in IIT, NEET, JEE, some questions are asked on this point. So in continuation with this chapter, we are going to look at what is meant by buffer solutions. Buffer solutions are those chemicals which we are using in our day-to-day life. First of all, we will see where we are using these buffer solutions in our everyday life. Now, buffer solutions are those solutions which resist the change in pH of a food that we are adding that solutions. Means in our daily life, which are the examples of buffer solutions which we are using in food? Now that we are going to see the salt, sodium acetate, which we are using in different chips or some kurkures or some fried different foods, we are using that salt. So by this salt, what happens? Its preservation can be maintained, or that food can be preserved for long time. Means its lifetime increasing by the addition of that salt. If we consider the same food, that is potato chips, which we have made, and we have kept that potato chips for 7 to 8 days. Now what happens? Some chemical reactions will take place, and that fried chips gets oxidized. And when they get oxidized, their taste can be changed. Means this is the important thing behind using that salt, that is sodium acetate. So this is one of the what we can say salt which is made or which we can count in buffer solutions. Means these are the some examples. Along with these, besides these examples, we can also take some more examples. Vinegar, you know that vinegar, it is used in some hotels. Why we are using vinegar in hotels? Because the food which they are going to be prepared, for its preservation, we are adding vinegar. With the addition of vinegar, what happens? The life of that food can be increased. Means for many days we can use that food. Means in some sweets, or we can also say some different what we can say snacks, they are adding that vinegar. So this is another example. Like that, many examples are there. In pickles also, we are adding some vinegar, and excess of salt which we are adding. This is also main reason why pickle we can store for long time. And another example, if we take more amount of sugar also keeps the food, that is jams, jellies, for long time. Besides that, vinegar also we are using. It maintains their pH regular, and by that way we can say that their preservation can be done with the help of such a type of buffer solutions. So these are the some examples which we are using in our daily life for buffer solutions. Now, how buffer solutions are made and which are their types, now we are going to see in detail. So look at here, a solution which resists drastic change in pH when small amount of strong acid or strong base or water is added to it. On addition of acid, on addition of base or some water, the pH of that resultant food, or we can say solution, maintains same when by the addition of buffer solution. So this is the main reason behind that. Means these drastic changes are resisted by the buffer solution. So this is the main action of buffer. Okay. Now, which are the types of buffer solutions? In that, the first one is acidic buffer. What it means, acidic buffer, what is its action? Its action is maintains an acidic pH. Means suppose one of the food is there and which is in acidic condition. So for that food we are using as a preservative acidic buffer. Suppose its pH will be 3, then we have to add acidic buffer in it, then it can be preserved for a long time. So this is the action of acidic buffer, what we can say, which maintains an acidic pH. And after that, solution containing weak acid and its salt and its salt with strong base. So what this second point tells us, how that acidic buffer is we are going to make. Its combination is that a weak acid and its salt with strong base. Which one is weak acid? Now the question arises, its combination. In that case, what we are going to look at, which one is the weak acid? Suppose we have considered acetic acid as a weak acid and its salt with a strong base. Means NaOH is strong base on combination of acetic acid and NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide. What we are getting? We are getting sodium salt of acetate. So this is what we can say acidic buffer, or by the reaction we can prepare CH3COO Na. Okay. Their example is given here, acetic acid and salt with strong base, by which we are going to make acidic buffer. Okay. Now, if we came across this point, pH of acidic buffer, we have shown here with the help of equation. Now, what it tells us, pH is equal to pKa plus log to the base 10 of concentration of salt divided by concentration of acid. Now, how this point arises? First of all, in that we are now interested in calculating pKa. As you know, we have already seen pH equal to minus log to the base 10 of, that is according to its definition, pH is equal to minus log to the base 10 of concentration of either H plus ions or H3O plus ions. For pH we are saying like this. For POH also, instead of H plus ions we are using OH minus ions. So that equation we have substituted here. So here pKa, we can say that it is nothing but minus log to the base 10 of Ka. That is dissociation, Ka is nothing but the dissociation constant for weak acid. And here I have written its meaning, dissociation constant of weak acid. So like that, this pKa value if I put here, then this equation you can understand. This equation I have called it as a equation number 1. Now we are going to see the next point, that is basic buffer. As like acidic buffer, we are coming across the basic buffer. Again here, their action is same like that of what you can say acidic buffer. Look at this first point. It maintains the alkaline, that is basic pH. Alkaline, or we can also say that basic. Now, like that of acidity, what we can say here, acidic pH, here it maintains basic pH. And again, its next point is that a solution containing weak base and its salt with strong acid, opposite to that of what we can say acidic buffer. Basic buffer, how we can prepare a weak base and its salt with corresponding strong acid. Okay. Now which example now here we are going to see? In third point, we are told that a weak base, ammonium hydroxide, and its salt with strong acid. In that example, we are used a weak acid as a ammonium hydroxide and its salt with strong acid. Which one is the strong acid? HCl we have taken. And if I combine NH4OH and HCl, what we are getting? We are getting ammonium chloride. Now it acts as a what we can say buffer. That is, we are going to say basic buffer. Now here POH of basic buffer is given by this equation. Again, in detail I have told what this equation tells us, that this equation also gives the same information. Instead of acidic buffer, for basic buffer we have called this equation as a 2. Here also, instead of pH, we can also construct a definition for pOH. For pOH, what we can say, pOH is equal to minus log to the base 10 of concentration of OH minus ions. So like that, instead of here we are putting this value, that is Kb is nothing but what? Kb is nothing but the dissociation constant for weak base. So instead of pOH, I have made this equation for pKb. Okay. Now we are substituting this value in the above equation. Then you can illustrate. You can see the details of that equation. I have written here the meaning of Kb. It is nothing but the dissociation constant for weak base. Now I have given the number to both these equations. Equation 1 and here equation 2. By combining both these equations, we can call these two equations as a Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So this is very important equation for what we can say acidic buffer and basic buffer. Again, besides these 2 points, we are coming to the next point, that is buffer action. This is very important point according to your competitive examinations. Now, this buffer action, how it tells us that how buffer is working in a foodstuff, or we can say in a solution. I have already told the basics of this buffer solutions here in definition. What it does, it maintains the regular pH of that foodstuff, or we can say in which solution we are adding this buffer solution. Now here we are considering this buffer action for what we can say acidic buffer CH3COONA. Okay. Now here, when acidic buffer as sodium acetate, when ionizes, it forms acetate as well as sodium ions. Means in which food we are adding at that time, when this sodium acetate dissociates, it forms 2 ions, CH3CO minus and Na plus ions. Now here the acetate ions which are dissociated in a water, or we can say in foodstuff, the amount of dissociated, that CH3CO minus ions and the Na plus ions, these 2 ions resist the change in pH. Now how it will resist? Now we are going to see in this buffer action. Here, when we are going to add this sodium acetate in a resultant solution, at that time what happens? It forms acetic acid. Here we can say that in that acetic acid the CH3CO minus ions as well as H plus ions are present. They form acetic acid. Now this is very important point. You have to take into account. Now what happens here? The acid solution which has H plus ions, when added to this sodium acetate, a buffer, what happens? H plus ions which are dissociated by the acid, or we can say strong acid, are neutralized by this acetate ions. H plus ions from strong acid, which are combined with this acetate ions so as to form acetic acid. Means the buffer solution which we have added in a food preservative, it contains already CH3COO minus ions, and the acid which we have added in a food stuff, it contains H plus ions. That H plus ions are balanced by or neutralized by these acetate ions so as to form acetic acid. Okay, this is the first, what we can say, first part. And after that, what happens? Suppose instead of acid, if we are going to add base, or we can say strong base. When strong base is added, again in a food stuff, it contains CH3COOH ions. We can say acetic acid. As the undissociated CH3COOH, that is acetic acid, what it does, it reacts with the OH minus ions which we have added through the base, that is strong base. Again, what happens here? Acetate ions are going to be formed and along with water. So, what these two equations indicates, either addition of strong acid or either addition of weak base. Both addition of these what you can say acids and base does not affect the food in which we have added this sodium acetate. Means the sodium acetate which acts as a buffer which maintains the pH of that food stuff constant. So therefore, with these two reactions we have illustrated that addition of strong acid or addition of weak base does not changes the originality, or we can say the pH of the food stuff. So that's why we can store that food for a long time with the addition of this sodium acetate. So this is the buffer action for acidic buffer which we are going to be add in a food preservative. So this is very important point you have to take into account. So these are the different points we have discussed in our today's lecture. In continuation with these points, in next video we are going to see those candidates who are those viewers which are going to see this lecture first time. They should like this video and subscribe the channel for more videos. You can get the updated information. Press the bell icon and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.